Okay,
yeah.
so
Come on, yeah.
I'm doing lore this week because Vince is tired.
I'm working on something big for next week.
Yes. It's actually going to be very freaking awesome. So I will be doing the lore for you this week, and it is a Fallout 76 lore. So any people that like 76 still can really like this. So am going to be covering Camp McClintock, and that is a camp that was established in, of course, Appalachia in 2072, and it was an infantry training center. Vince, do you remember this?
No, I don't think I've ever been here.
It's pretty early on the main. I don't know if it's on the main quest, but it was close enough to the main quest line that I was able to find it with pretty much ease in my first couple hours, and it's one of my favorite places in Fallout 76. So,
See, I haven't really played the main quest line just because of you have to be level 20 to kind of get into it now. So
yeah.
the other quests exist, but they're not like these imperative quests. Go on.
Yeah, I don't know how I found this, but I remember really enjoying the little story that goes along with it. But it is one of those kind of places, and you see them all throughout Fallout, that kind of just before the bombs dropped, like they were switching over to like using robots instead of people as their like service providers. So this is an infantry training camp that is run basically by Mr. Gutsies and Mr. Handies, and it is absolutely delightful.
Can I get a
what?
Can I get an impersonation of your best Mr. Handy?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be very good.
Come on, give me a try.
Oh, I'll do it. I just don't think it's going to be very good.
Okay, I never said it had to be good.
Hello, sir.
One more time.
Hello, sir.
Can I make a not a request, but maybe like a little note?
You're on thin ice. Go ahead.
Do you have a silly hat that you could wear that maybe help you get into character a little bit? Maybe some tinfoil you can put on your arms?
No, actually, I do have a flamethrower.
Do you? Okay, cool. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, now try it again.
Hello, sir.
Okay, I was actually, yeah, you know what? I really felt that you put yourself into the mindset and embodied the character of Mr. Handy.
Thank you. So yeah, this place was no stranger to automation just before the Great War happened. And where the Flesh and Blood NCOs, which I'm going to tell you exactly what that is a I have it on another tab. I'm sorry, I'm a mess. Non-commissioned officers. So non-commissioned officers in charge of whipping up recruits were stationed here, and they were replaced by robots. While the recruits hardly noticed a difference in the quality of training, it kind of meant the world to all the actual like human brass, because all the menial tasks of training new recruits were left to the robots, and it can kind of just go into oversight mode.
Cool.
So one of these people that was overseeing the operation was a Sergeant O'Malley, and he kept records on a terminal about how the robots were doing on the job, beginning in May of 2077. So it was pretty close to the actual bombs dropping.
Yes.
So June provided a little bit of progress towards integrating the robots, but they were kind of unable to climb up steep inclines, so it was hard to get them onto regiments that were physical. So they ended up going with Mr. Handies because they had a little bit better time with them, because Mr. Gutsy accidentally killed a private.
Good shit.
Yeah. And also another Mr. Gutsy burned down the barracks due to another private's negligence. So
Good shit.
all around, the Mr. Gutsies that were stationed there were kind of terrible, and only the Mr. Handies actually did good work. Then in August of 2077, O'Malley's service was no longer needed because all the bots were doing what they were supposed to. So that's when he was dismissed from the position.
Cool.
And there is a quest that involves this place. It is called Back to Basic.
Okay.
And I really liked this quest because I had just wandered into the facility and then got thrust into it, and I really liked it. Basically, when you get there, a Mr. Gutsy is like, what are the Mr. Gutsy voices like?
The dude from the fucking what is the Vietnam movie?
Oh, shit, you're
Apocalypse
right.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to sound
He's
like.
kind of like... No, it's not that at all. Could you give me one?
I'd have to hear it. I haven't heard it in a while.
Yeah.
What? And other loud exclamatory phrases. I'm trying. I can't even think of like the thing he says because I know that they use that him yelling "what" for memes all the time, but I can't think of like anything else.
Yeah. Hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm looking up a little soundbite.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Are you gonna play it? Are you gonna play it?
You will comply with the military. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
So, this Gutsy is like, you need to get whipped in shape, soldier. And basically sends you on a series of training exercises in the camp. And you go through your own little boot camp thing. And there are 4 different parts of the entire training regiment. There is patriotism, marksmanship, agility, and live fire. So patriotism...
Live fire?
Yeah. I'll tell you what they do.
Okay.
Patriotism was a test to see if you can pick out, basically in a lineup, which is the commie red that needs to be destroyed.
Okay.
And you have to like go into like 2 or 3 separate rooms and look around and look at journals and look for evidence to prove that one of them is a commie and one of them is a God-fearing citizen of the United States of America.
Yes.
Marksmanship is just basically a firing range. It's not that special.
Pew pew.
Agility was cool. You have to go through an obstacle course before Mr. Handy does, so it's basically a race.
Oh, cool.
It's really, really cool. It's like the ones where like you had to go like down and like crouch in the mud, and then you had to go up a wall and rappel down. It was fucking awesome.
That's cool.
And live fire was basically a wave style combat where you're fighting Mr. Handy's, Mr. Gutsy's, and a couple other robot kind.
I think Fallout, especially now that its gunplay isn't awful, needs more of that.
Yeah, I remember it being it's like in this like cool rocky area, so it feels really authentic. This quest is really, really fun. I recommend you guys search it out. The actual camp itself is located north of Lake Newgad and south of Sutton Station. So if anyone,
never been there.
yeah, it's kind of out of the way. I remember I was walking on a mountain path and then I saw a building pop into render distance and I was like, oh hey, that's something that's kind of neat. But yeah, I really, really like this. There's not a lot of lore. It's very short. I just really like reveled in the experience of like going through boot camp in a Fallout universe, and it was a really, really fun time.
Good shit. You ever do the scout camp thing?
No, but I know about that.
Yeah.
I saw a video on that one, and that's one that I would like to do.
Yeah.
It was actually bugged the last time I tried to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because most of the game was.
Yes. Because we played during launch week.
Yeah, we played the beta.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everything you have?
Yeah, there's not really that much. I mean, occasionally super mutants might attack the camp because it's not that far from like a spawn point, like the the flesh bag areas.
Yeah.
And like you turn in the quest to like a Master Sergeant Gutsy, which I think just has like a couple like extra dialogue lines. It's really like a simple concept, but I just really, really liked it. And I wanted to share it with people. I mean, there's some cool loot, mostly just logs, but there are some weapon mods that spawn on the place, so that's really cool. Also, if you look at the soldier certificate from the quest Back to Basic, the place is referred to as Fort McClintock instead of camp.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a fort and a camp?
A fort is usually more heavily fortified and probably has like walls and like troops and stuff. Where camp is more of like a temporary setup. I'm
And
pretty sure.
s'mores? And s'mores?
And s'mores, yes.
Can we agree that s'mores suck?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I love s'mores. It's one of my
Ah.
favorite things about the summer.
I think it's like the worst part of not the worst part. I think putting them together is what sucks. Because like being a
Well, maybe you're
bearded
just weak and
individual.
will not survive the winter.
What's up?
Maybe you're just weak and will not survive the winter.
I mean, probably, most likely, but just like having a beard, I always get marshmallow in my. If I eat like if I put a marshmallow over a fire and eat it, I'm good to go. But if I
Just
make a
pop
s'more,
that hot lard in your mouth.
absolutely, just take a nice fucking hot load in the mouth. But if I put it on a gramed cracker and then put a piece of chocolate and then push it together, I always get some on my on my beard, and then I'm just like, oh, now I have to feel this until I can take a shower or can wash my face.
Just eat it right off.
Well, no, I even if I do that, it's still sticky and like tacky and on my face, and I'm just like, please stop. I don't want this.
Well, if you're gonna have s'mores, just carry some wet nap with you.
Well, I'm not a fucking
That's the price
Boy
of.
Scout.
That's the price of the ambrosia of the goddesses.
Ambrosia.
Yes.
Someone's got the toilet paper with the word of the day on it. Where the fuck did you hear the word ambrosia?
It means food of the gods.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's one of my favorite words.
I never heard that before.
I think it's also a salad.
Ambrosia? Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait a fucking minute. Wait 2 fucking seconds.
Ooh.
What does ambrosia mean?
The food of the gods.
Holy shit. Something very pleasing or to taste or smell. The tea was ambrosia after the slop I'd been drinking. The frugal product used by food by ambrosia beetles. So, goddamn, zoology. Okay. Learning something new every day.
Yeah.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's all I have for lore.
Cool. Can I segue into a quick topic about 76 I want to speak on really quickly?
Yeah, I mean, this already sounds like we're balls deep in a segue.
Atomic Radio Hour Podcast.